Hey everyone, I hope you're well. You're listening to the Once Lost, Now Proud podcast, and I am your host, Tracy. Now, in today's episode, it's slightly different because we're not talking about someone who has been lost, but in today's story, we're talking of someone who was determined not to give up when they lost all sources of income. And they were determined just to keep going, but to take a slightly different path. Today, I am talking to the lovely, talented Leon Bratt. And if you haven't heard of him before, then I highly suggest that after this, you head over to his YouTube and Twitch channel or his Instagram. Check him out, he's amazing. Now, today's podcast, I asked him to do something slightly different. He's a musician, and I wanted to know what songs really inspired him throughout his life. And I also asked him if he would perform them, and he said yes. So, one thing you're going to learn really quickly about Leon is his upbeat mentality and big smile are just infectious. And his desire not to give up has, in such a short space of time, allowed him to have so much success. And not just personally, but online. He performs to hundreds of thousands of fans every single week and brings complete joy to their lives. And, you know, in these times, we need that. We really do. As you'll hear, there came an opportunity for Leon, and one that he could only really ever dream of. And he found himself performing with a rapping artist called Harry Mack. Now, not only was he performing with Harry, who performs with the likes of Kendrick Lamar and many others in the US, but they decided to take it to a whole new level. So listen here, and I tell you what, this is just a fun and inspiring episode, and one that proves that consistency is a game changer.
Hey, Leon.
Hello,
Hey,
how are you doing?
I am good. So, look, I am super excited to have you on the podcast today. As I said to you before, you know, I was lucky enough to sort of see you gig a couple of times in the pubs, you know, when we were allowed out. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, as a musician, sort of have this aura about you that's passionate, fun, but also in a sort of likable, calming way.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, which is
okay.
like, you can't buy that, right? So that's like really, I love it. I think that's great. And when we were talking the other day, like I said to you that, you know, growing up as a kid, I used to listen to different songs in the back of my mum's car at the M25 on my way to my grandma's house. And I don't know, they sort of just stuck with me throughout life. So, you know, I'm absolutely intrigued to know where you are now and what your journey is and where you're going. But where it sort of all started for you, sort of, you know, as a child, is there a particular like song or memory that you remember where you just thought, I want to sing, or I want to be a musician?
Yeah. Yeah. So my granddad was always a musician. He never used to play guitar. He always used to be harmonica and singing. And he did have a guitar. And when I was 7 years old, he gave me his guitar and I literally sat there, just tried to play it. And he said that I could make the guitar sing and make it talk, sorry. So that is the thing that's really stuck in my brain from that day, from when I was 7, is that my granddad said that I can make a guitar sing. So that was really the thing where I said, okay, cool, I'm going to give this a go. And yeah, then it kind of started from there, really.
Amazing. And were you trained, or was this something that you just picked up on your own?
I had guitar lessons for about 11 years throughout school.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, when I left school, that was it. I haven't had any lessons for anything, but I can play drums, bass,
I know.
a little bit of piano, not too much, a little bit of piano, harmonica. So many instruments but I've taught myself.
Wow.
All of those ones.
Yeah, I mean, I must say, and people will probably see it shortly, if you give us a bit of a rendition of some of these songs. But
yeah,
obviously you do looping. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Looping?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I am fascinated by how people do this. Yeah. And is that something that you taught yourself? Surely.
Yeah.
Is there a school for that? I don't know.
No. Well, there may be. I don't know. No, I taught myself how to do that. I started on like a really, really, really small little loop pedal. But the problem with that one was that you had to get everything 100% correct first go. Like, you couldn't delete anything or you couldn't go back. You had to do the whole thing again if you messed it up. That was the only problem, which was good in a way because it made you like, right, I have to get this done and I have to get this sorted on this tiny little loop pedal. And then, a few years later, I ended up getting a much bigger one with a lot more tracks on it and just a lot more things that I can do with it. And I can actually take stuff away from it. If I mess it up, I don't have to do the whole thing again. So, yeah, it's a lot better. But, yeah, I did teach myself how to do it.
Oh, great. So this podcast, I've sort of already told the listeners that this is going to be a bit different to anything else because it's the first time that we're streaming this, not live, but that we're streaming the podcast. Normally it's only audio. And that, it's going to be one that's uplifting, but also where we get to see some performances from you.
Yeah.
So it'd be really good to listen to one of the songs that inspired you as a child and growing up, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I'll do this one first. This is "Tears in Heaven" by Eric Clapton, and
lovely.
This song means a lot to me. Once again, for my granddad, and it was the first kind of song that I'd learnt on guitar. Not how to play with all like the twiddly bits and all the advanced stuff in it, but like a very, very basic version of it. And my granddad always said that how much he loved that song, and he actually passed away 3 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I ended up playing Tears in Heaven at the funeral. So, yeah, this song really does mean a lot to me, like big time. So,
thank you so much for sharing it with us then. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, let's get a guitar, I guess.
Oh, amazing. How many do you own? Dare I ask?
I honestly don't know. I've got 4 in here and probably about another 45 in the loft. So there's so many. It's not that many, but there are quite a lot. Okay. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. There we go. Thank you.
Oh my God. That was amazing.
Thank you
You
very
wasn't
much.
meant to make me cry.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God. That is just so powerful. That's an amazing song. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, right. Let me just compose myself.
Oh no.
Okay.
Wasn't make you cry in the first song. Sorry.
No, but I think also it's the story behind it, because I was very close to my grandparents, and my granddad passed a year ago, and my grandma, who was like my best friend sort of 3 years before that. Mm-hmm. So just really, I had a
Horrible,
special
isn't it?
relationship with them, and obviously as you did, and it's not nice.
Yeah, see, it was actually 3 years ago yesterday that my granddad passed away. So
Goose pimples.
So it's weird that this is all happening at the same time, to be honest. Yeah.
Listen, I think these things do happen for a reason, which is good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, 100%.
So you say that you studied for 11 years, and so if you went to school at that point, was music a career for you, or was it something different?
I always knew that I wanted to do something in music.
Yeah.
I was in bands since I started playing guitar all the way through school. So maybe from like between 8 and 19, I was in a band for. And so I always knew that I wanted to do it. And every lunchtime I was in the music room. I wasn't out playing football or hanging out with people. I was always in the music room, always making music. So I always knew that I wanted to do it. It was just a matter of time and effort and how much work I actually put into it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because I think you were solo when I saw you before. I don't think you were part of a band. So at that point, did you break off at a certain time and just decide to go it alone?
Yeah, it was when everyone went to uni.
Okay.
Like, everyone went to uni and I was still here.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay. Then I was thinking, do I join a new band? Or actually, what I could do is I could make the band myself, and then I don't need to worry about rehearsals or anything like that. It's all right here. So yeah, that's why I started doing the loop pedal stuff.
Okay. So your career took a different path though, didn't it? Because when you left school or college that you went on to do body piercing?
Yeah.
And how did you get into that? Why did you want to do that?
Do you know what? I didn't plan on doing it at all. I actually went in to go and get a piercing done. I went in to go and get my tongue pierced, and I thought, it'd be pretty cool to work in here. I'm 18 now. It's fine. I'll just ask. So I asked, and they're like, yeah, we got a job. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, fine. So I kind of just went into that, and then I was there for 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, eight years. That went quick, very quick.
That's mental. 8 years. That's such a long time to be. And so was it just body piercing? Was it tattooing as well? Or...
I can't draw a stick, man.
Oh.
I'm useless at drawing. Don't give me a tattoo gun. No. That's not a good idea.
Oh my God. That's so funny. Because I thought maybe you could, because you're a creative person, obviously, that maybe you could also draw and tattoo. But listen.
I can do stuff on Photoshop.
Yeah.
When it comes to a pencil in my hand, no. I'm not the man for that.
But you're okay, obviously, to put the holes in people's faces. That's all good.
Yeah. I'm trained to do that.
So with those 8 years and you doing that, were you gigging sort of every weekend or in the week as well?
I was trying to, yeah. I didn't really do too much. I did a couple of competitions throughout those years. But yeah, I was trying to get into gigs as much as possible. I was still doing maybe, I'd like to say every week, but it was more kind of like once every 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks. It depends on who wanted me and who wanted to book me and that kind of thing. But I wasn't really actively looking for work because I was working a full-time job. And yeah, it went on the back burner a little bit with the music.
Yeah.
But then when it got to the 8 year mark, an opportunity came up for me, like where I was living, to kind of just say, I'm going to kind of quit this job and take music as a full-time thing. So that's what I did. I took the opportunity, and that was 3 years ago now, just over 3 years ago.
Wow. So yeah, I suppose when sort of coronavirus hit, were you still in the job of body piercing, or had you left at that time?
I'd left at that time.
Right.
So I'd been a full-time musician for about 2 years.
Okay.
At that time, yeah.
And I suppose when everything then sort of closed down, did that have an impact on you?
Huge impact, yeah.
Yeah.
I had no work left.
So I was going to say,
Yeah, like literally all of the gigs were cancelled that year. Everything was cancelled. So me being me, I can't sit around and do nothing all day. I hate it. It just drives me insane. So I always knew of Twitch and live streaming, but I thought I didn't really know how it would work as a musician. And then I spoke to my best mate and he said, well, just do it and find out. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's when the Twitch was born, really.
I was going to say, because you must have thought, shit, I've got zero income.
Yeah, zero.
What am I going to do?
yeah, exactly.
And is there a reason why you chose Twitch over and above the other streaming channels that we know, like YouTube and others?
Well, to be honest, I had streamed on Twitch before as a gamer. Not anything massive. It was just I did it for a month or so, and so I knew of the platform. I knew what it was. I knew how it worked. So it was just an easier way.
Yeah.
I knew how that side of the platform worked. So it was just like an easier transition into that.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
So I could have done it on YouTube, but I chose Twitch. I don't know.
Well,
there's no explanation really.
If it was a gut feeling, you chose right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So before we get into, I suppose, the Twitch conversation and what you're doing now, at that point in your life where I suppose things were dramatically changing, is there a song that you can relate to that, or just a song that you think the audience will want to hear before we go and move on?
So I'd say there was a film called School of Rock that came out.
Yes, we love that.
That just blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. And I remember sitting there watching it, just my eyes were fixated on the TV. Like, I want that. I want that. That is exactly what I want to do. And yeah, there's a couple of songs in there. There's one called Teacher's Pet and another one called It's a Long Way to the Top, which is an AC/DC song. And yeah, I just remember watching the performances and I was like, this is amazing.
It's an amazing film.
It really is. It really is. But it's that being a frontman of a band, that is everything you kind of want to see as a frontman of a band. So that kind of changed my life and kind of solidified where I want to go in life and what I want to do, whether that's being a frontman of a band or being an artist, a solo artist, with still being a frontman of a band with this loop pedal. It was one of those two songs.
Wow.
Definitely.
Well, I would love to hear one. I mean, my daughter loves School of Rock. Like I said, she's only 2.5, but she's fixated to it. So it's we're like 30 times in now watching it. So she'll love this part.
It's easily done. It is so easily done. Okay, it might take just a little while to set something up on the loop pedal, but
no worries.
But yeah, go for it.
I love this loop pedal thing.
Right, here we go. I'm just going to change the settings again quickly.
No worries.
assigned. And if you wanna be the teacher's pet, baby, you just better forget it. I got no reason, or I got no rhyme. You better get me to school on time. And if you wanna be the teacher's pet, baby, you just better forget it. I got no reason, or I got no rhyme. You better get me to school on time. There we go. Thank you very much.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Amazing. Do you know, I'm having the best morning.
So am I, actually. So am I.
I'm having the best morning. Like, we do this every day. It just sets you up for your day. I love it.
Yeah.
So you fall into this world of Twitch. And
Yeah.
I think, so for those that don't know Twitch, it's a live streaming platform for gamers and for musicians.
Yeah.
When you started out, and what you're doing, you're streaming live to people, in your case, thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah.
So I think you've got like 26,000 plus followers now. I mean, when I watched one of your live streams the other day, there were like 60,000 plus people at that time. And I'm like, this is just unreal. When it started, obviously, is it like YouTube? You have to gain followers, you have to gain that audience.
Yeah, you really do. It's all about being consistent on the platform as well, which is the main thing. It is extremely difficult to become a streamer of any sort, but if you put the work in and you focus on multiple platforms as well, that all brings everything into Twitch. See, it used to be that Facebook was the center hub of everything, and then you've got Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, but it all comes back into Facebook.
Yeah.
Now I've made the switch to make Twitch the center hub of everything, so everything is directing to Twitch. And a lot of streamers don't do any of the other stuff apart from just the Twitch content. So that's why it makes it quite hard for people to grow. But what I'm trying to do is be one of the go-to people for the music category on the Twitch. So yeah, it's very, very hard to become a Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
But it's not impossible.
Well, obviously,
I only
right?
started a year and a half ago, yeah.
You're proof of that. And you were even on, I think, the front of Twitch's page the other day.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's just fascinating.
There was a lot of people there.
Yeah, there really was. Like, wow. And I tell you what I find fascinating. So you're doing this live. You're not pre-recording it.
No.
You cover so many different types of genres of music.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a list of songs you're going to play, or is it people request a song and you play that song?
So how it works is that I've got a song list where people can kind of have a look at all the songs and then pick a song from that list. I think there's about 300 songs on there, but those are the songs which are the best of the bunch that I know. So I've kind of filtered out all the ones which are like, that was all right. That was a good song. Like I want my stream to be like, yeah, that was a great song.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a great song. Oh, this song's great as well. So that's why I've kind of filtered out all those songs. But people can request a song, but it is just different every single stream, which is the fantastic thing.
Yeah.
And like you say about the genres as well, the one thing that has been said the most to me throughout the years of performing in pubs and clubs and stuff is that like you play so many different genres of music, and there's just a mix of everything. Like 1 minute you'll be doing Guns N' Roses, next thing it's Bill Withers. Next thing, it's Barbie Girl.
Yeah. I mean, I've never heard you do Barbie Girl, but
You don't need to. You don't need to. I don't know why I use that one as an example.
oh, maybe we should hear it here.
I don't think that would be wise. No.
God. Hilarious. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what fascinated me with you when I last saw you perform.
Yeah.
Was that you did just so many different genres and you ticked boxes for everyone in that room.
Yeah.
And even if you don't like a particular genre, you sort of like it because you're performing it. And honestly, you do. It's just like,
thank you very much.
It's you just have that vibe, and that's priceless.
Oh, bless you.
So you have these fans on Twitch, and they're constant. Now, I don't know what it is they're putting up. You always say like, "Thank you for this" or "Thank you for." Are they coins? What are they?
Bits.
Bits. That's it. What are these bits?
Yeah, they're called bits. So, say 100 bits is $1.
Oh, wow.
So it's one bit per 1 cent, basically.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's what bits are.
Okay, good, right. And I think also that's how you sort of communicate to your audience as well while you're sort of performing and setting up.
Yeah.
You know, women are meant to be sort of, multi-skills in terms of they can do lots of different things at the same time. But I think you've taken it to another level, if I'm honest.
I do a lot at the same time. I'll give you that. Yeah.
And you also, I really like it when you show like the loop pedal and what you're doing at that time live as well. I think that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
I do like to have a little camera up in the corner, just so people can see what's going on, and people know that it's not all pre-recorded. Nothing's pre-recorded at all.
Yeah.
And everything's done live.
I honestly, I don't know how you remember all the lyrics to all of these songs and also the music behind it.
Do you know what? This might sound a bit weird, but I don't really think about what I'm doing because I've done it so long. I just do it. Yeah. Which is a really annoying thing to say, but if I think about something too much, that's when I mess it up, which is weird. Because I was trying to play like a melody part of some song the other day, and because I was thinking about it and I was looking at the guitar and I kept messing it up, so I had to keep redoing it. And as I said to chat, right, the trick is just to not look. So I looked over here and I got it in perfectly. It's like, there we go. See? I don't know how my brain works sometimes.
No, but I tell you what, I think that's some great advice. You just have to not overthink it. I think just as human
100%.
beings, we do that. We procrastinate and, like you said earlier, you're a perfectionist, Yeah. And I am as well. But I do find that sometimes when I just let things go and just get on with it, it just works out so much better.
Yeah, 100%. That's the same for writing songs as well. Like when we sit down to write songs, it's like, right, we're going to write the best song ever that no one's ever written before. And it takes so long to try and come up with ideas which are new, when really you just need to say everything how it is. Yeah. And those are the songs that hit harder, like hardest, because they're just the most relatable, instead of saying something really silly and kind of going around the houses about how to describe something. Just say, I love you. Yeah. Not just
exactly.
It's so sometimes it's just the most simple thing is just to say it and just get on with it.
Yeah, just crack on. Exactly.
Yeah.
So how long have you been on Twitch now?
So about 15 months now, I think.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it started in March last year.
So
about 15 months.
15 months and
16 months, yeah.
And it seems that you've sort of got a massive following and a big audience now. Yeah. You announced something, I don't know if it was 5 weeks or 6 weeks ago, that got me very excited because you are collaborating with someone that I followed from the day he started, right? So,
oh, really? Nice.
I was like, hang on, did I just hear that? Hang on, so he's collaborating with Harry Mack. Yeah, no, and honestly, I don't know how many times I watched it just to make sure that I was crystal clear that that's what was happening. How the hell did that come about?
Well, Do you know what? I've watched Harry's videos and I've watched Harry's content for such a long time, and he's such an inspiration and such a genius. And then I found out that he was streaming on Twitch, so I didn't think anything of it. I just kind of going in there, just having a look, see what was going on, and go and support him a little bit. And then I had an email one day from someone of his team saying Harry Mack collab. I was like, that is the quickest I've ever opened an email in my life.
And you're like,
yep,
is this real?
Let's
is
go.
this real?
Yeah. So yeah, it just kind of happened like that. But he does a lot of collaborations, as you'll know, with a lot of people. And so yeah, I went onto his stream and we played Gangsta's Paradise. And he did a freestyle rap over that. But the problem was, the biggest problem that we had when we did the collaboration is that because on Discord, we called each other on Discord, and there's such a delay between him and myself that I had to mute him the whole time unless we were talking. So for the 2 collaborations we did Gangsta's Paradise and an original song of mine, I couldn't actually hear the rap the entire time.
That's mental.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm kind of happy that I didn't hear the rap, because I would have been losing my mind. I would have been absolutely losing my mind.
Oh yeah, he's so honestly good. When he does those things where you pick 3 words and he gets them all, I was like, how? I mean, I don't know. For me, this is like the perfect collaboration because, as I said before, you know, you're fun, you put a smile on people's faces, and you're uplifting, and so is he. And I think the 2 together just makes perfect sense. So
I'm so stoked that we did
happy.
It still blows my mind now, to be honest with you. And see, we did the collaboration, and then I thought, well, should I ask if he actually wants to be on the track? Because we were in the studio recording Remedy at the time, and I thought, sorry, I'm just gonna message him, see what he says. And like instantly he goes, yep, let's do it. I was like, okay, cool, yep, fine.
Oh my God.
So we have changed the track quite a bit, especially in terms of like tempo and everything like that. So it just kind of fitted much better for Harry. And everything was just perfect timing, really. So yeah, it sounds amazing as well.
I really can't wait to hear it. So the audience knows, and our listeners, when is this coming out? When is it live?
Friday the 18th of June.
Okay, Friday the 18th. And is it streaming on like Spotify and others? It'll
be literally everywhere. So Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, Tidal, YouTube. It's going to be, pretty much everywhere you can get music from, apart from HMV.
Yeah, I know. I miss those days, you know, though.
I know, right?
Oh, I do miss those days. Well, I can't wait to listen to that. I really can't. That's like, and it is, like you say, it's one of those pinchy moments, isn't it? When someone's like, I'm completely up for that. You're like,
Yeah.
So you were already recording Remedy before you had him. Okay.
Yeah, we were in the studio. Everything was pretty much done. And then I did the first collaboration with him.
Yeah. So
I jumped onto his stream, and then I texted my producer and said, have a look at this. This is what I've just done with a guy from America. And he texted me back saying, well, he's pretty good, isn't he? I was like, yeah, he's amazing. And then we kind of said to each other, should we ask him if he wants to actually be on the studio version? Because it's going to be a lot of work to change it all. So we had to re-record the vocals, re-record the guitar. We had to change the speed of it. So we basically had to restart again. But it's such a better thing.
Yeah.
I'm so pleased with it.
It's just
so pleased with it.
I really can't wait. I can't wait to hear it. I can't.
I can't wait for it to come out. It's been such a long time now, it feels. So I'm so excited to bring it out.
Yeah. Oh, listen, it's gonna be everywhere on all of my social feeds for sure the minute it comes out, and I know.
Oh, amazing! Thank you very much.
Listen, no, thank you for you and Harry Mack for doing this, because I already know it's going to be amazing. You two coming together, and I hope that's not the end of it. I hope that you go on to do some other stuff, you know.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
see.
100%. Yeah,
So that
yeah, definitely. What I would like to do is, once all COVID kind of sorts itself out, I would like to go over to LA
Yeah.
and maybe do like a live collaboration, like together with Harry. That'd be cool to do.
That would be really good.
That'd be amazing.
So are you, you mentioned you're a producer before. Are you signed to a record label, or are you just completely independent?
All independent. Yeah, completely independent. What I like to do is teach myself how to do everything, because then when it comes to the point of outsourcing the work, I would know or have a good idea if someone's doing a good job or not, if I'm getting ripped off or not.
Yeah.
So that's why I like to put myself through hell for a couple of years, learn everything as much as I can, and then yeah. But this time really in where the music industry is, you don't need a record label.
Yeah, I
You
totally
really
agree.
don't.
I agree.
The power of the internet is just. It's just the power of the internet.
Yeah. But
It really is.
I think that you're going to get approached quite a lot.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, I think it's about to go pretty mad for you. And it already has,
Hopefully.
right? It has on
We're
Twitch.
getting there.
It has. It's you're there. I mean, the only way is fucking up. Okay.
yeah.
So in terms of, I suppose, next steps for you and where you see your future going, have you got any other songs you're releasing? Have you done an album? Where's Leon Bratt going?
So I did an EP in 2016. That was my first EP.
That's on Spotify, right?
That is, yeah. That was called Atmosphere, that EP. And then I released a single maybe 2 years ago. So I haven't really done much on the recording side and releasing my own music. But then I've got Remedy coming out on the 18th of June. And then I'm already in the studio recording the next one that's going to be coming out called Dance With You. And that should be, hopefully, if everything goes well, that should be out on the 30th of July. So we've already kind of got that date set in place. And then ideally, I'd like to be releasing a song every 6 weeks,
Cool.
7 weeks maybe. So yeah, I think with albums, the problem is at the moment, everyone is so eager to move on to the next piece of content. They've got 3 to 5 seconds, say, yep, got it, next. So if you bring out an album when you haven't really got that much of a following on Spotify, I think it's going to be a waste of songs. I would rather bring out a song every 6 weeks to 8 weeks just to freshen everything and keep the momentum going, build the momentum, and then you can say, right, now we're doing an album, we're going to put in 5 of these songs that I've released as singles, plus another 6, 7, 8 songs that you haven't heard before. So I think that would be the way to do it, for me personally, anyway. And it's just more content that people get, because albums take so long to
They take
make,
forever,
right?
And then by the time you've released an entire album that's taken you like a year, 2 years to put together, they want something else, and it's like
exactly. Yeah. That's why I'm going to go with the single.
Oh, good.
I think it's much better doing it that way.
Yeah. So you obviously do a lot of Twitch in your house and stuff, in your studio there.
Yeah.
Do your neighbours not get annoyed? I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, oh my God, is it completely soundproof? I mean, I would happily live next door, by the way, and be loving life, right? So, but
to be honest, I don't think they can really hear anything. It's a detached house.
Okay.
But I don't really have much soundproofing. So I've got this plant wall behind here, and I've actually got a huge soundproofing panel behind it. So that's really the only thing I've got. And I've got a couple of things in front of the desk as well.
Right, okay.
But that's really it.
Because the sound is unreal. It's so clear.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's
good.
really, really clear. But I did wonder, like, were the next door neighbours like loving it, or are they just like, oh, Leon, not again?
Well, I always close the window. I never have the window open. And I don't think they can really hear it, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I mean, if I've got the window open, then yeah, they can definitely hear it. My voice is very loud. It's really, really loud. And this is one of those things I can't turn it down, really. I can't turn it down.
I tell you what, also, though, your vocal range is mental.
Yeah.
Like, again, is that something you trained to do, or is it just
It's
something
just something
that
that
natural?
I've just learnt and practiced. The thing is, when I was doing my pub gigs, I was improving, but not as much as I would have liked to improve, because I was doing like once every 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that. But now, because I'm doing Twitch 3 times a week for like 5 hours at a time, that's 15 hours at least that I'm forced to practice per week. So doing that every single week really does add up, and the range just gets bigger, and you just get better because you're putting in the work. So
like sometimes when you're coming to a high bit, I'm like that. Like, is he? Yeah. He's got it.
Yeah. So I'm like that sometimes as well. Oh,
yes.
Go. Yeah, it's got it.
Oh, brilliant. And I suppose, have you got any advice for people or musicians that, you know, that life can be long in a way? You know, you love playing music. Is there any advice that you could give to them if they find themselves in a place maybe a bit like that?
I would always say just to keep going through it. You're always going to have bad days. You're always going to have good days. And being a content creator and a musician is so stressful. It really, really is, because there's so many avenues and so many different parts that you need to be on top of. If you keep on top of it and you keep... Basically, what I try and do is improve 1% every single day. If I can improve 1% every single day, then 100 days down the line, that 1% is quite a huge gap between, like, a huge improvement compared to 100 days previous, if that makes sense. Yeah. So as long as I'm improving 1% every single day, then yeah, that's great. And I don't like to compare myself to anyone, because everyone's on their own different journey, and I'm only in a competition against myself. So as long as I'm doing better than I was the previous day, that's good enough for me. Yeah, but you just have to keep going with it, keep being consistent. Consistency is everything with musicians. It really is. Yeah,
no, for sure. And I think, you know, also with anything in life, but absolutely for musicians, because there are so many ups and downs on that journey. I was there many, many moons ago, but it gets tough. It really does. But like you say, you've stayed consistent, you continue to learn, and the more you learn, the more powerful you are.
Exactly.
And no, that's great. So I think before we end the podcast, I have one question for you. Yeah. So the podcast is called Once Lost, Now Proud. But what are you most proud of, personally and professionally? And it might be a bit about what you just said, really. But
that's a good question, actually. That's a very good question. So I guess I'm most proud of professionally would be the community that I've built over the past few years. That the community that I have, and the love and the amount of support that community gives each other is just, it's just amazing. Yeah. I'm so grateful for that. And yeah, that would be the main thing, really, is just having those people there. And I don't know, really. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I really don't know.
That's okay.
I'm proud of where I am at the moment. Yeah. That's for sure.
I hope so.
100%. Because it's always been a dream to do this, and yeah, I'm definitely like proud to be where I am at the moment.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that anyone watching this and even listening to this on the podcast will hear the passion, but also the complete commitment that you have. And was that a vision, even before you started on Twitch, was that sort of vision always there? Like, I want to be heard by hundreds of thousands, and those people are going to hear me. Was that always there in your mind? Yeah. I'd always said, like, if people said, like, what are your goals? What do you want to get out of music? I'd always say, I want to fill out the biggest stadiums in the world. You've got to go big. Absolutely. You have to go big. Because I think that if you say, I want to play a festival, or I want to play to 200 people, once that goal's complete,
It's like, now what? But if you put your goals super, super high and then work backwards in order to get to that goal, that's where that's the way to do it, I think. I think. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
I feel like I went on a bit of a
Not
tangent
at all.
there.
That was perfect. That was the perfect
Oh, great.
answer.
I tend to do that a lot.
Okay. And in terms of festivals, like, is there a particular one that you would love to play at?
I don't know, really. I don't know. I don't know. Like, anything that's see, I'd like to say like Glastonbury or Reading or that kind of thing, but literally anywhere with a big stage and a lot of people.
Yeah.
Literally anywhere. As long as I can make people laugh, as long as I can make people smile and make them just forget about the world for a couple of hours.
Oh.
That's my job done, in my opinion.
Yeah. And that is sort of your superpower. That's what I mean. You know, you're really good at that. And I hope that others do get. If you're doing a gig anywhere, I need to know about it, okay?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no worries.
I absolutely need to know about it. Well, look, thank you so much for today. I've thoroughly enjoyed this session. And would you be kind enough to just play us another song before you leave?
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing. Thank you.
Let's have a look. I'll tell you what. I'll do a verse and a chorus of Remedy. The song that's going to come out.
Yes.
I won't do Harry's verse because I'm leaving that until the studio recordings to come out. I feel like that's Harry's thing. That's not mine.
Oh, amazing! Thank you.
But yeah, I'll set it up and then we'll do this.
Great.
Perfect. devil on my shoulder who walks with me. It impairs my head, clouds my mind. Honey, I think I need you by my side now. I need a remedy for these nightmare dreams and my anxieties. My heart's racing, I'm shaking, tears rolling. I'm not breaking away. All I need is a little comforting to help me sleep. There is something perfect I feel about this. Beautiful moments every time that we kiss. You've got the cure. Come giving me a hit, holding me close with my heart pressed to your chest. Oh, that's the remedy. Oh, that's the remedy, baby. Oh, that's the
unreal.
Thank you very much.
Oh my God. Oh, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Oh,
This
thank you
is
very much.
by far the best day ever. Oh, just thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank
I really do
you.
appreciate it.
Oh.
I don't know about you guys, but I have thoroughly enjoyed that. And honestly, I've had the best morning. I've sort of felt like I was at a festival again. And like all of us, we've not been to many gigs over the past couple of years. So I hope you enjoyed it. I also hope for any budding musicians out there that you've taken a bit of confidence from Leon's story to carry on even in the tough times. Don't give up. We need you. We need you. Now, the live streams of this episode can be found on Once Lost, Now Proud's social channels, and all of those can be found below. So Leon's single releases on Friday the 18th of June and can be downloaded on Spotify, but also head over to his social, go to his Linktree, and everything can be found there. I would also highly recommend that you go give him a follow on Twitch and watch him this week. Honestly, it's great fun. It's so cool. Now, as always guys, just take care. Have fun and lots of love.